Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Valena and I'll be guiding you through a flow which is here to help you improve your flexibility. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any props, as always, I encourage you just to have them nearby in case you need them throughout the practice. So we'll begin straight away, crossing the legs. Make sure there's no pressure in the knees. You can place a block underneath like I have and just allow the pelvis to drop forward slightly. Continue to lengthen along the spine and then the hands can rest. You can close the eyes or soften the gaze ahead. We'll just take a moment here to consciously engage with the breath. Just allow the breath to flow in and out through the nostrils. You can set an intention for this practice if you like, or you can dedicate this practice to somebody else. And we'll start with some gentle head rolls, so releasing the head side to side. You can do this with the eyes closed if you like. Just bringing the right ear to the right shoulder, the chin down towards the chest, and then rolling the head the other way. Left ear to shoulder and then lifting back up. And then repeating, left side, chin to chest, and then to the right and up. And just keep going your own time. We'll take one more on either side. And then meet back in the center. Open the eyes. And then from here, we'll release the arms by the side. Press the fingers or the palms down to lift. We'll inhale, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling and exhale into a side stretch. So make sure you're pressing the sit bones, finding stability through the lower body, and then some freedom through the side body, the chest, as you reach the arms higher up. Just keep going. Inhaling to rise and exhale to the side. If you feel like you're ready, you can bring the palm or the forearm down and come a little lower. Take one more on either side. And then we'll meet back in center. We'll extend the legs and cross them the other way. And then from here, we'll place the hands onto the shoulders. Again, lengthen up and then draw the elbows in towards each other, up towards the ceiling, and then round and back. So opening through the chest once again, the shoulders, bringing some flexibility to the upper part of the body as you allow it to just loosen up. You can change the direction, so rolling the other way. Keep lengthening the breath, one more round. And then when you're ready, release the arms. Good. From here, walk the hands back. You can either remain here if you feel enough of a stretch with the fingers pushing down, the chest lifting up, or you can clasp the hands behind you, draw the shoulder blades in, and then allow the hands to pull down towards the ground so that you find a bit more length and freedom along the neck. You can lift the gaze also, but just be mindful that you're not dropping the head back, collapsing, but you're keeping the neck muscles nice and engaged. Good, one more breath. And then release the hands, roll the shoulders back and down. And then we'll come on to hands and knees. Align the wrists below the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Spread the fingers and take a moment to create bit more length along the spine, so you're pulling the tail back, the crown of the head in front. Coming into threading the needle, we're gonna thread the right arm and release the right shoulder down, the ear down, and you can either stay here, or if you'd like to stretch a little more, if you feel like you can go a step further, extend the left arm to the front. And maybe you'd like to go a little deeper. You can stretch the arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe even thread or bind the arm as you take hold of the right hip. Two more deep breaths. And then we'll release the arm, stretch up, and then bring the hand back down, press the ground away, and when you're ready, repeat onto the other side. Slide the left hand down, bring the shoulder, the ear, level the hips, and then once again, option to extend the right arm to the front, keep pushing the hips back, or you can reach the arm up, or maybe take a bind, grabbing hold of the left hip. One more full breath. And then reversing the same way we came in, stretching up, hand to the mat, pushing the ground away, and then coming into child's pose. Toes together, big toes, and then the hips can widen, the knees part, and then the arms stretch in front. Bringing the forehead to the ground or onto a prop, and continue to find a sensation of opening along the spine, the sides of the body as you push the hips back, and then the arms reach in front. So just be mindful as we're still at the beginning of our practice, not to push too far, but find ease, find stability wherever you are. On the next exhalation, we're just going to lift the head, come onto the fingertips so the elbows are lifting up. We'll take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we'll walk the hands to the right. So finding a bit more of a stretch, perhaps to the left side of the body. Keep sending the hips back. And then on the next inhalation, coming through the center, exhaling to the left side. And then as you inhale, come back forward and then onto hands and knees. tabletop. We'll tuck the toes underneath and send the hips back and lift up to downward facing dog. So take a moment to stretch through the legs as you pedal, bending one knee at a time, pushing the ground away. Find stability through the lower belly as you hug in. And then we'll take the gaze forwards. We'll extend the right leg, bend the knee and step into a low lunge. So just between the hands, we'll drop the left knee down and then hands to the front thigh. So take a moment here to find what feels good in the hips. Maybe you like to sink the hips a little lower down. Relax the shoulders. Take the gaze in front. And you can once again stay here, or you can place the left hand, come a bit lower, and then reach the right arm towards the ceiling. So stretching through as you reach the right fingers, push the left palm down. Breathing deeply. One more breath. And then we'll release the hands, come back to center, tuck the toes and push into downward facing dog. Let's repeat onto the other side. Inhale the left leg up, bend the knee and step into a low lunge. So again, take your time. Find comfort, relax, and then again, stay as you are, or bring the right hand down. Take a twist from the belly and then reach and look up. One more breath. Release back to center, down dog. Now let's look ahead and walk to the front edge of the mat. Once you're there, you can separate the feet hip distance apart, lengthen halfway up, and then fold a little deeper. So you can keep the knees bent for now and just see what feels comfortable on the back of the legs. We'll bend the right knee, place the right hand in the center, and then extend the left arm up. We'll swap over, so one breath to each movement, bending the left knee, reaching the right arm, and then swapping over. Right knee bends, left arm extends. Keep going. One more on either side. Once you've balanced out, release. Allow the head to drop. Pause here for a moment. And then we'll make our way onto standing. So bend the knees deeply and start to roll along the spine as you push the feet down. Take your time. And then come all the way up. Release the shoulders, back and down. And step the feet together in mountain pose. We'll take a deep breath, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And now stepping the left foot back, coming into our low lunge. Find stability. And once again, you can remain here. Or if you'd like to go a little deeper into the hips, then bring the hands to the inside, walk the right foot out. And then you can use your props if you need the extension. If you can go a little deeper than that, then you can explore coming onto the forearms. Be very mindful, this is a deep stretch. You can keep the back toes pushing onto the mat, or you can try tucking them under and pressing the heel behind you. Just see what feels good and comfortable in your body. We'll take one more breath here, and then drop the knee. Come back onto the hands. And what we'll do now is bring the right hand onto the knee. Keep pushing the left hand down onto the mat. And then as you start to take the gaze back, you can press the leg away, rolling onto the right edge, the outer edge of the right foot. And then just allow the hip to open. Again, be very mindful. There should be no pressure, no pain along the joints. Only the sensation of stretching and opening. One more breath. And then coming gently back to center. Bring the hands to the mat, walk the foot in, tuck the left toes, push into downward dog. And just start to notice how the body feels with every new posture, if there's any difference. On the next inhalation, we'll shift forward into high plank. So aligning shoulders over the wrists. You can lower all the way, or you can bring the knees to the ground. Keep the elbows hugging in as you release. And then inhale, push the toes down, lift the chest, the gaze, and exhale, back down. Press away, tuck the toes, down dog. One more breath. Look ahead, walk or step to the front of the mat. Lengthen, lift the chest, and then release back down. Now inhale, rise up. So feet pushing down as you stretch the arms up, and then release. Good. We'll go again on the other side. Breathing in, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, lengthen the spine and then step with the right foot. Come into low lunge. Option to remain here or coming into lizard pose. So bringing both hands to center, walking the foot out. And just see how this side of the body feels. It may be a little tighter, so you have the option to lower down onto the forearms, but you can also stay here and explore. See how that feels. If that's too much, ease off, come back up. Tucking the right toes under, extending the leg. One more breath. And then we'll release, lift up. And then we'll open the left hip, so press the right palm first. Bring the left hand onto the knee and then start to roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. As you open the hip, look back. Allow the breath to remain nice and free. One more breath. And then coming back to center, guide the foot back to the mat. Walk the foot in, tuck the right toes, push down dog. Now we'll repeat. So as you inhale, shift into a high plank. Lower the body with control, knees or hover, and then inhale cobra or upward facing dog. Push away to down dog. We'll hold for a couple of breaths so you can take a rest in child's pose if you prefer. One last breath. And then we'll bend the knees, look ahead, make our way to the front of the mat. Inhaling halfway up and exhaling, forward fold. Now inhale to rise up, reach the arms overhead. Exhale to mountain pose. Good. Now feet together, bring the hands in front of the heart. And we'll step with the left foot coming into pyramid pose. So not too wide. Give yourself some space in the hips as you step the left foot out. Allow the toes to point to the corner of the mat and then straighten the legs. You can take hold of opposite elbows or reverse prayer. It's a bit deeper stretch along the shoulders, the chest, so just be mindful. And then once you're there, take a deep breath, lift, and as you exhale, reach forward. So you're reaching with the crown of the head as the shoulders move back, sending the right hip slightly back, finding balance in the hips, and depending on your flexibility in this moment, you can continue to hinge from the hips and lower down. Just make sure you're micro bending the front knee so that there's no pain, no pressure. You're engaging the muscles. Draw the lower belly in as you keep reaching in front. Both legs nice and strong. One more breath. And then lifting halfway, we'll release the arms. Bring the left hand to the ground or onto a prop. Push down and then start to twist. So the right hand can remain onto the hip. And then we'll start to twist from the belly, turning the chest, the gaze. Good. You can stay here or you can reach the right arm up. And then releasing back to center. Hands to hips. Inhale, rise up. And then step to the front of the mat. Good. Shake the legs out. And we'll repeat onto the other side. So palms together in front of the heart. Lift the chest, drop the shoulders. and then step with the right foot back. Turn the toes to the corner of the mat. You can step out if you need more space. Once you're there, hands behind, take hold of the opposite elbow or reverse prayer. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale as you move forward, send the left hip back this time. Draw the lower belly, find stability. Once again, just notice how this side of the body responds. Without judgment, just with curiosity. One last breath. Good. And then coming into our twist, fingertips to the ground, or you can press onto your prop. Now, step by step, twist the belly, chest, arm can lift, and then you can continue to encourage freedom along the chest, expanding upwards as the legs stabilize and ground you down. One more breath. Release, come back to the center, hands onto the hips, push the ground away, and then step to the front of the mat. Good. Shake the legs. From here, stepping one leg back, whichever one you like, into a wide stance. We'll turn the toes slightly in towards each other. Press the outer edges of the feet down and then lift the chest up. Keep the length and just tilt forward. Bring the hands to the ground. Now we'll start to bend the right knee and send the hips the same way as we extend the right leg. Come through center and repeat onto the other side. So just keep going, see what feels good once again. Going lower each time if that's okay. And we can start to turn the toes, maybe sink the hips further down, maybe even lift the toes up. Find a stretch through the back of the leg. And now make sure you have control as you shift through center once again and repeat onto the other side. You can pause or link the breath to each movement. Good. You can imagine you are Spider-Man, Spider-Woman. Strong legs. Just a couple more breaths. Good. Once you've balanced out, we'll come back to center. Turn the toes in, bring the hands to the hips, micro bend the knees, and then push all the way up. Good. Toe to heel, step or jump the feet together, and come to stand to the front edge of the mat. Moving through vinyasa, inhale, reach the arms overhead, look to the thumbs. Exhale, hinge forward and down. Inhale, lengthen the spine halfway up, step back, high plank, knees to the ground or shift forward, hover, and then inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. On the next exhalation, bring the knees to the ground, sit back and sway the legs in front. Pointing the toes up, you can place a cushion or prop underneath to elevate the hips. And then we'll bend the right knee and press the foot to the inner thigh. We'll inhale, reach the arms, and exhale, fold down. Hands can rest at the ankle or take hold of the foot. And then you can melt down and come back to the breath. One more full breath. And then inhale, lift back up. We'll place the right hand to the outside of the right thigh and lift the hips. So make sure you align the wrist below the shoulder, you have stability. Lift up, open the heart and extend the left arm up and over as you push the left foot down. One more breath. And with control, release the hips down. Come back to center and we'll repeat onto the other side. Left knee bent, the foot presses to the inner thigh. Turn the body to the right leg as you reach the arms and then fold down. Hands to ankle or foot. Lower belly in. One more breath. And then breathing in, lift up into our back bend. Left hand underneath the shoulder. We'll sway with the right arm as we lift the hips, push the right foot down, open up. One more inhale. And then exhale, back down. We'll bring the knees together. Engage the belly and lower all the way down. Once you're there, hug the knees in towards you and just sway side to side. Preparing for our last twist. We'll spread the arms out wide and release the knees to the right, the gaze to the left. Melt the shoulders down. Then inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. Breathing in, lift the knees back up and then place the feet down. We'll finish with the soles of the feet pressing in together as you open the hips. You can place some blocks underneath the knees if you need the support. Lengthen the lower back and then place the hands wherever they feel comfortable. Take a deep breath in through the nose and open the mouth, release. Let's take two more. Breathing in. And again. Just allow the breath to flow nice and steady. in and out through the nose. Start to let go of the controlled breath and just allow the natural rhythm to remain. With the eyes closed, you can start to extend the legs as wide as the mat, or you can keep the knees bent. And then release the arms by the side of the body. Take a moment to allow the body to rest, reap the benefits of this practice. Let the mind become present. If you set an intention or dedication at the beginning of this practice, you can just come back and remind yourself. Then start to bring some movement to the fingers, releasing the head side to side. Extending arms overhead, pointing the toes. And then hugging knees to chest, rocking side to side. Drop the knees to the side or rock straight up into seated. Find a comfortable position. Hands together in front of the heart. Bow the head. And together we say Namaste. Open the eyes and thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this flow for improving flexibility. If you did, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed practicing, then I'd love to see you again in the next video. And have a wonderful day.